Okay, let's go. So we should be live on Facebook, on YouTube, and we should be live on Facebook in 2 seconds. Let's just go live on Facebook. So good morning, peeps. We should be live on Facebook. We should be live on YouTube. I just normally do a simultaneous cast, and then I just give you a sort of a heads up on what's going on in the space. Yeah, just I want to show you this. Check this out. This is really alarming. Okay. So that's it, guys. Yeah, very depressing. You know, the land of the free. It ain't free, man. Nothing's free. It's like, you know, you just can't get ahead. You're going further and further back, right? And then you got all this other bureaucratic bullshit and laws that you got to deal with, which are just made up from, you know, a bunch of people that are just sitting at a you know, old heads trying to get their head around new thinking. You know, new technologies. It just doesn't work. Hi Melissa. Hey Anthony. Fred. Hey Jazz. You know, and this is the thing you got to deal with. Low income America. The average person in America can't even afford affordable housing or low cost housing. Their wages don't even cover that. It's the land of the free, land of the brave, or however it is. It ain't, you know, the situation in America is dire, very dire, and you know, the average person can't even afford a home. It's just, and this is an opportunity right now that we have with cryptocurrencies, blockchain, Bitcoin. You know, and I don't think that people really appreciate what we have here until, you know, until it reaches its point where, you know, Bitcoin is 500,000 or 1 million. Then they'll go, oh, okay, they appreciate it. But I don't think people really appreciate what we've got here. You will appreciate it until, you know, when Bitcoin hits 500. Mathematically proven that it's going to hit $1 million. Did you guys know that? Mathematically, it's going to hit $1 million. Now we're at 1%. We're not even 1% penetration. With Bitcoin, 1% of the world knows about Bitcoin or holds Bitcoin, or less than 1%. So what happens when we hit 3%? Right? there's only 21 million supply, guys, and 4 million of that is lost. Right? And that means, and we're still not even fully minted everything. So the circulating supply is 16 million, nearly 17 million. So the next 3 million Bitcoin will be mined till 2140. So we'll be dead and buried by the time the last Bitcoin gets mined. So we don't have to worry about that. But they're saying that at least 3.5 million to 4 million Bitcoin are lost. People they've lost them. They don't even know where they are. So really, the circulating supply is more like, you know, 12 million, 13 million. You know, there's so much Bitcoin gets lost every year. People just have them in wallets, so they lose their private keys, they lose their Trezors or the devices. They don't know what's happened to it. They send it off in space and it just sits there, right? So the people losing Bitcoin every day. So that's going to contribute to the supply. But the thing is, right, I don't think people really appreciate what we have here, right? This is a game changer. This is like, you know what I mean? It's the first time in history that, you know, we can send money to peer-to-peer, trustless, decentralized. We can send money. I can send money to you and I don't need an intermediary in a bank. And I know that if I send my Bitcoin to you, which is store of value to you, I know you're going to get it. And it's not going to get intercepted, or people can't people can't get that money. And I know that you're going to get that Bitcoin. So it's the first time in history that's been able to be done in a digital space, you know, and the reason because of that is because it's secure, you know, and Bitcoin is now really a store of value, but there is some new events that have just arisen, right? And Bitcoin is highly anticipated. Lightning Network goes live as startup raises 2.5 million. So I think this is the beta. This is like mini versions, and this is the cross implementation Lightning payment on Bitcoin's mainnet. So they're integrating Lightning Network into Bitcoin. So basically, it's going to sit on top, and it's going to be able to do transactions. It's kind of complicated how it works, but it just sits on top of Bitcoin protocol layer, and then you can still do transactions, and then it's like it creates this transaction between me and you, and you can send Bitcoin to me and I can send Bitcoin to you, and then at any point you can then just say, okay, I'll keep it. Let's tally up the, you know, you sent me 2 Bitcoin, I can send me 1 Bitcoin, and then once we tally that up, at any point in time, we either party can then go, okay, I'll keep my 1 Bitcoin, you keep your 2 Bitcoin, and then that transaction will then go to the blockchain. So it doesn't actually go to the blockchain immediately, it sits on top of the blockchain. But there are issues with it, you know. Nodes become more with the saying, there's a centralized factor that nodes become more valuable, people can exploit through nodes and all this sort of stuff. But it's all tested, it's all getting tested at the moment. But this is the thing, it's initiative to help Bitcoin make it Bitcoin faster, cheaper transactions, and not have this issue that the Bitcoin network, the blockchain is basically gets smashed and everything stops. So do your research more into the Lightning Network. So basically, apparently big contributors, including Square. Square's actually, they've done a survey on Square, and they reckon that 60% of Square users will use Bitcoin if it was available. But at the moment, transaction fees are not feasible. But once this Lightning Network is implemented, I believe it's Q3 of Q4, it'll be pretty much ready to go. That's the last information I got. I mean, I could be wrong, but it's on its way, and that'll be basically make Bitcoin transactions like fast, like what Litecoin is now, super fast and super cheap. And so, you know, you could be able to buy a cup of coffee with it. You know, back in the day you could. So, I mean, Litecoin does all this anyway now. I don't even know why, you know, right now Litecoin's a better option, in my opinion. But store of value, Bitcoin. So, with so that you got these guys here that, like Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey, you know, these guys have contributed money towards the Lightning Network to get it up and running, to sit on top of the Bitcoin layer, right? And this is basically, you know, just think, you know, I did a post recently about where people think where Bitcoin could go, you know, and I think that people are thinking too small. Hi Angela, hey Peng, hey Neville, Sonia, how you guys going? Yeah, I think that people are thinking too small because they don't fully understand what the technology. They don't understand. They know Bitcoin, but they don't understand. Hi Angela, hey Peng, hey Neville, technology behind it, how it works. And so, you know, let's just look at Twitter. Like this guy here, this is the CEO of Twitter. He's like invested into Lightning Network. All right. So obviously, you know, at some point in time, Amazon are going to integrate Bitcoin. I think they've already integrated it with their what do you call those, Amazon gift cards. I'm not even sure if Amazon allow to take Bitcoin yet. I'm not sure. But just think if Twitter, too much shit happening here. Imagine if Twitter was you know, going to integrate Bitcoin into their platform, right? Let's just look at how many people are on Twitter at the moment. There are, oh geez, I don't know the stats on Twitter. I was hoping to get the international Twitter stats. Here we go. So imagine if, you know, Twitter started integrating with, started using Bitcoin. Alright, there's only 262 million users for Twitter. Alright, Q17. Alright, so that's obviously gone up. But, you know, there's, you know, imagine if these big companies like Amazon, Twitter, Facebook. I mean, Facebook are trying to create their own, you know, crypto, but you know, that's, I don't know, that's another subject. But you got these big companies that making billions of dollars start to integrate Bitcoin into their networks because, you know, because of the Lightning Network is now going to make, is soon going to make Bitcoin transactions super fast and super quick, right, and scalable. So you got these huge companies that are now, you know, you've got these huge companies that could, in the future, could use Bitcoin or integrate it into their system. So you know, how fast would you be able to get more people buying Bitcoin? The rate of mass adoption would increase, especially with Amazon, especially with Twitter, Square. You know, you got all these other applications and platforms coming, dApps, you know, Coinbase, now looking at doing other things as well. They got their own crypto fund, apparently. This crypto financial fund kind of thing happening. So, you know, we're only at sort of 1% penetration, and you got to think long term. You got to think when Bitcoin has, like, you know, 2% or 3% penetration. This type of what we're seeing now with this supply, you know what I mean? This is easily going to blow out to 100, 200, 300, 400 grand as more people start using Bitcoin. So I think that there's some big things to come with the Lightning Network if this gets sorted. And there's already thousands of what do you call it, merchants in Japan and South Korea using Bitcoin. More are going to come on board if we've got this Lightning Network and Bitcoin becomes cheaper and faster and scalable. You know, we just don't know where Bitcoin could go. So you know, I think that you just have to look at the bigger picture and think long term. You know, we're only talking a couple of years out, right? We're only talking till 2000, till the end of, John McAfee's got till 2000, end of 2020, to basically Bitcoin's going to hit $1 million. Now I think it's going to come either close or very close. I think it's going to come very close to $1 million. So whether he eats it or not, I don't know, but there's some exciting things that can happen. All it needs for Bitcoin to hit mass adoption is something like, you know, if it gets on Twitter or it gets on Amazon, all of a sudden, you know, you got these, you got this wallet, like exactly what happened with Coinbase. You know, now people can buy a wallet. You got this Bread wallet now that people can access and buy Bitcoin up to $20,000 worth of Bitcoin a day, 50,000 in a month. All of a sudden, you got these apps that allow Bitcoin to be purchased through, you know, the banking system with fiat, and you know, all of a sudden everyone's got Bitcoin. You know what I mean? Hey Roman, Michael, Bargain, Hunter's Paradise, hey Fidos, hey Fahad and Roman. Yeah, so hey Muhammad, hey guys going. So, you know, I mean, this is all going to take some time. You know, what's the thing with Bitcoin is, you know, there's real technology behind it. All right, no one can dispute that the technology behind Bitcoin, the blockchain behind Bitcoin, works. Okay, it's proven and it works. So no one can dispute that, and that's where the store of value is, through proof of work. You know, it costs like 6,000 or very close to $6,000 to produce one Bitcoin. You know what I mean? So there's a cost to it. So that's why Bitcoin is what it is. You know what I mean? That's what it is. So I mean, I think everyone just has to be patient with Bitcoin, because there's some big things coming with Bitcoin, and people are hard at work looking at improving and fixing Bitcoin, or getting it to where they want, where, you know, it can reach mass adoption, and this is one of them. This Lightning. So $2.5 million was raised to go towards the Lightning Network integrate, or the beta. All right, the beta with it. Litecoin creator Charlie Lee participated in the recent seed financing round as well, in addition to Bitcoin and the LAD beta Lightning Network. I don't know. Beta has also launched with support of Litecoin. So, you know, guys, it's the technology there. It's going to it's there. It's just on its way. There really is, I mean, I don't even know why people are sweating, personally. You know, and I guess this correction, or what do you want to say, crash, is just forcing the weak hands. You know, because when we see this fight, like U.S. Congress hearing, examining the cryptocurrencies ICO, this is just basically old heads trying to get their head around new technology and making bullshit laws and recommendations, which they have no idea what they're even talking about. And these people run the country. The problem is, right, these dicks here at the U.S. Congress hearing, old heads, right, trying to get their mind around new technology, right, old thinking. This is the problem with these clowns, because they have no clue what they're talking about, and the rest of the world pretty much follows in with, you know, I mean, to a certain degree, what America does. So America's like, oh, let's ban this, or let's regulate this, or let's tax this. Then everyone else is like, kind of, you know, falls in the line similar to what America does, not to a certain degree, but America's like, you know, the benchmark, and then people will then go, okay, we're not going to accept ICOs, or we're going to regulate ICOs, blah 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 blah. And the people that are making these laws or making these recommendations to Congress, these people have old heads, right, old thinking, and trying to get their grasp around new technology that they don't even freaking understand. So basically with Bitcoin, they all understand, like, they know that whatever Bitcoin is, it works, it's secure, it's trustless, it's decentralized, It's all these words that you want to throw around. They know that behind the technology behind Bitcoin is solid, right? It's sound, it's solid, it's proven. That's something they can't dispute, right? Everyone knows that. So they're just going to try to regulate it and just try to, you know, get taxes and all this sort of crap, spread FUD. Weak hands are getting forced, as you can see. People are selling off every time they release this new thing about FUD, about this and that. Weak hands get forced. So the people that are in this space that don't want to take the dips, they only want to take the highs, the highs. Get the fuck out of this space. You don't belong here, right? You don't belong here because all you're here for is make a quick buck. You don't even understand the technology, and then you shit your pants and you wet your panties once Bitcoin goes down. You go, oh my god, I gotta sell. You panic sell because you don't understand what's going on really in this space, in this crypto space. So you should get the hell out of here. Go back to your day job, right? Because you don't belong in this space. Weak hands are getting forced, right? So that's what I got to say to those investors or those people that think they just want to get rich overnight with Bitcoin. Just get out. Just go back to your day job. That's where you belong. All right. The people that believe in the technology about Bitcoin, about blockchain, about cryptocurrencies, they're not even worried. They're laughing at this because it's a buying opportunity to buy more. They're laughing. They're going, wow, that's so cheap. You know what I mean? So that's really the way you got to look at it. And please, people, stop asking me my thoughts on Bitcoin. I'll redirect you to this live stream. Okay? Oh, what do you think about Bitcoin? You know, could it crash? Guys, I just explained the value behind Bitcoin. Right? If you don't understand it, go read the white paper on Bitcoin. Right? Then and get a grasp of what's going on here. All right? Because if you're asking those questions, you don't fully understand the technology behind it. And don't come to me and ask me, oh, what do you think about Bitcoin? Do you think it's going to crash? Yeah, it could crash, but then again, it's going to go back up. Because if you believe in the technology, you know that value just doesn't disappear. You know what I mean? Value just doesn't disappear. When value is created, it stands alone. It doesn't just disappear. Right? Bullshit disappears. It just disappears with your money, with your these programs. Bullshit disappears, but value doesn't. Right? The value is represented in the blockchain, in crypto, in Bitcoin. Right? So Bitcoin is king, but I don't use Bitcoin to make money. I use other things to make money, and then I use Bitcoin as a store of value. Right? Long term, yeah, I'll put my money in Bitcoin. Long term, but short term, I won't. Right? I put it in other things so I can make more money faster, like ICOs. Long term, yeah, I'll sell out of those ICOs, I'll flip them, and then I'll put them back in Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, Bcash, you know, Neo, EOS, Monero, Dash. That's where I'll keep my most of my portfolio in, primarily Bitcoin. But these ICOs, I won't keep them long term. I'll just flip them, make the money, put it back into something that like Bitcoin, that is a store of value. All right, because I can make faster returns with flipping other stuff, but I can go back into Bitcoin. So this is so that's that. Now I've got a really this ICO. I'll talk about this ICO. All right. Now again, this is not financial advice. This is just, you know, me telling you about an ICO. There's no this is not a buy or sell order, or this is me like, hey, you know, check this out. Do you do diligence on it? It's not me telling you go and buy it. All right. So this one here, I think that this is a really cool ICO. All right. I'm bullish on ICOs that are mining. All right. So I'm bullish on and this is no referral link or nothing. I'm just telling you about this. You know, I think there's a referral link for this. But I'm not even going to bother about it. You know, I mean, it's 5%, I think. But who really knows? But anyway, I have not invested in this. I'm just telling you about it. So this is basically like a mining ICO. It's a mining ICO. You buy the ICO, you get returns on your tokens. All right, there's 88 million, 100 million, 104 million supply. Tokens are 50 cents, and you get a return. If you invest 10 grand, you get 13 grand back. It's 171% return, ROI. All right, and then you can then sell your tokens at any point in time, whatever you want to do. But your tokens are going to return. Now these guys here have already built a 1 megawatt facility. Right, they have hosting services, and now they're building a 20 megawatt facility. All right. Now these guys are based in Georgia, and the economic free zone. There's no taxes on your crypto, and basically, this is an ICO. I mean, like I said, I haven't invested in it yet, but you know, they've got some big names on board. They got a decent team, and their advisors. This is what they're claiming. They've got advisors of Karen K, which is the CEO of Spectre. They got Miguel Palentelicia, which is the Chief Information Officer at Qtum. They got Andrew, which is the Chief Technical Director at Hacken. And they got Noda Colomackinsey, which is the Chief Investment Officer at Syndicator. And I'll go on. So these guys, they got some good advisors, good team. Pre-sales on now, actually. Oh no, pre-sale starts soon. And basically what you do is you buy tokens. They use that money to buy machines, and they're going to house it in this new facility that they've, I think they've already built it. They built the 1 megawatt facility, but they're looking at building the 12 megawatt facility. It's still underway, I think. And you're going to get a return on your investment. So is this better than cloud mining? Hell yeah, it's better than cloud mining. However, there's a risk to it. The risk is that, you know, these guys mightn't do what they do, and they mightn't follow through. You know, you could lose your investment. So that's the risk. You know, that's the risk that you got to take. I've been following these guys for 6 months on this guy here down the bottom here, Becca. I've been following him for 6 months on his channel, and he's got a very good channel. And then he basically got a lot of people in the community told him that you should do an ICO, and they finally released this a few days ago. So again, I've not invested in it. I haven't put in an ounce of money in this. I'm just letting you guys know that this is an opportunity that that you could look at with cloud mining. Pretty much, cloud mining. I mean, cloud mining is getting less and less of a good deal every day. You know, it's just not a really good deal. Okay, unless you're getting into the Bitcoin contract, and they're very, very scarce. All right. I know Hashflare have just started. Like they lowered their and so did Hashing 24. So Hashflare have lowered their Bitcoin mining contract. Right. They lowered their price to it's about $120 per gigahash, per terahash. Right, for the one, but these are only 1 year contracts. And the Hashing 24, I've got a Hashing 24 account, and I'm actually above. I've made $40 profit. I put $200 in, and I've taken out $110 and $130 or something like that. So I'm actually in profit with Hashing 24, but I think that's only a 3 year contract, so it's going to expire very soon. Now these guys here, I think they've just got I just got an email from them too, Hashing 24, to well, they've also dropped their mining. They got a 36 month plan. So 1 terahash is going to cost you $349. Let's have a look. This is a 3-year contract. Now I'm not exactly sure what this actually buys you, whether it's they're mining Bitcoin or not. I'll have to double check on this one. But they have lowered their prices, and Hashflare have lowered their prices if you want to buy Bitcoin mining contracts. But you know, it's all subjective. It's all. I still think cloud mining is the worst way to go. Bitcoin 1 terahash. See, according to this, you're not even going to make your... Oh, yeah, you are. See, so according to this, with zero consumption there, this Hashflare contract here is going to cost you $120. So you should get make about $100. That's 70% profit, maybe 80% profit after a year, and then that's it. Then you've only got 1 year to go with that. So I mean, I don't know, guys. I don't know. Yeah, and then with the Bitcoin mining contracts with Genesis, 1 terahash is going to cost you $200. So you're going to make $27 profit in the first year, but it's an open-ended one. So, you know, it's not just 1 year. So there's other options there, but I mean, I think still cloud mining is like, it's the worst option you could go for. But again, you know, if you just buy volume, if you buy like 100 grand, 200-300 grand worth of cloud mining contracts, you can make it work. And then I just think that this one here is a far better option, but again, there's a bigger risk to this, right? This is an ICO, so there's a bigger risk. With this gigawatt, I'm still making about 0.1 dash a day, all right? And I know that's not much. I'm getting my electricity at 2.8, and basically this can run for 50 years without me paying a cent. I still got to pay electricity cost and maintenance cost, but if we look at so this, I've got my miners there. I've got 4 D3s running in here, and if we look at Dash here, Dash has gone down obviously, but you know, Dash is gonna, my prediction on Dash is gonna be 3 grand by the end of the year, easy. So I'm making about $41 a day running 4 D3s, which is about $10 per machine per day running the D3s. Now if you go here and you go to Dash and then you go 80 gigahash, okay, oh wow, it's going up. Oh wow, Dash is going up, guys. Yeah, so you know, this was negative before, but it just goes to show you how inaccurate these calculators are. Because here it's saying, let's just do one. This is one machine, right? And let's just get that at 5%, 1% pull. This is saying I'm earning $3 a day. I'm not earning $3 a day. I'm earning about $10 a day. So this is how inaccurate this is. And then you got 80. Right, so it's saying I'm making $16 a day with 4 machines, because 4 machines, 20 gigahash per machine times 4 is 80. I've just got this here. This is actually should be more. This should actually be more. So let's just say 5,000, 2,500. Yeah, 5,000. So I should be only making $12.17, but I'm actually making nearly or close to $40 a day. That's how inaccurate these calculators are. I wouldn't really trust them until you actually mine the machines yourself, and that's where you get the real result, right? So just think, when Dash goes to 3,000, you know, I'm still making 0.1 Dash per day. You know, I'm making $300 a day now with those 4 machines. All right, so you just got to think about that. Mining is long term. Don't just trust these calculators, even though they are a good guide. Don't trust them like 100%. All right. So now the how long I did this. Yesterday. The how long mining Dragon Mint B29 is back up to $200 a day, and the Bitminer is up $200. So it just fluctuates a lot. This was down to 178 yesterday. So you know, that's what it is, guys. Let's just see if I still think mining is a far better option, because when you invest in the machines, right, you can run them for 2 years and then you can sell them. You can't do that with the cloud mining contracts, because you're buying, you're spending the money to buy the hash power, and then after 2 years, if it's Ethereum or Zcash, you can't cash out. Oh my god, they've sold out. Unbelievable, guys. So this batch is sold out. Now, I don't know how many batches. They usually release 5,000 at a time, but you know, I did a live stream on this yesterday, and it was still available. Now it's sold out. So I mean, I'm just guessing that they had 5,000 machines. The Bitmain usually does 5,000 machines at a time, but again, I mean, I could be wrong. So let's just say if they sold 5,000 machines yesterday times 1199, you know, that's $59 million. Let's just do it again. 5,000 times 12,000. Just keep it at, yeah, that's $60 million they would have raised yesterday. That's if they had 5,000. If they only had 1,000, then it would have been only you know, $10 million. I'm assuming, if my maths is right. No, I can't even add. If they just only had 1,000, it'd be 1.2 million. Sorry, 12 million. So yeah, maybe they only had 500 machines. I don't know. You know, but anyway, let's just this batch is sold out. That's unbelievable. They're 12 grand each, and they sold out. Let's just have a look. Even this batch here is sold out. That's amazing. Even the 7,599 batch is sold out. Far out. Well, there you go, guys. I did a live stream on this yesterday, and the Bitmain one was still available. Now it's sold out. And the machines at 12,000, they still sold out. So there you go. That just goes to show you how much people are willing to spend to get their own machines, because it's way more profitable, right? It's way more profitable to buy your own machines than to cloud mine. So yeah, I wouldn't buy them anyway, but I mean, I wouldn't buy that X3, but I mean, you know, I'd be more to buy something like these other ones down here. You know, these things only cost less. S9s only cost 2,000 plus the PSU, and you're making about $5 a day. Are you making more than that? I think it's around more like $10 a day, $8 a day with the Bitmain, with the Bitcoin. So that's it, guys. There's some options, you know, that I mentioned. Don't get carried away with it. Just hold all your Bitcoin, hold all your rest of your portfolio, and then give it a few more weeks. Crypto winter is going to be over. Everything's going to go up soon. It just can't keep on going down, right? It'll keep on. It'll go up and down, but eventually it's going to go back up. Lightning Network is just got a bunch of money to speed up the process. Beta is out. Once that gets cracking, these big huge companies come on board, integrate Bitcoin into their existing platforms, which have got hundreds and millions of customers. Think about that. Think about how fast. Think about how many more people will be buying Bitcoin and acquiring Bitcoin from their mobile phone, and then think about where this market cap can easily shoot to a couple of trillion within a couple of years. And then you're going to look at Bitcoin. What's it going to be worth in a couple of years? All right. So hold on to your Bitcoin. I think Bitcoin is going to be one of the things that people, you're going to look back in your life and go, geez, I wish I bought more. No doubt, right? When this bad boy reaches 100 grand, you're going to go, oh, I wish I bought more. When this thing reaches 200, 300, 400 grand, you're going to go 500 grand, you're going to go, oh my God, I should have bought some more when it was 8,000, $46.44. Once it reaches $1 million, you only ain't going to have one Bitcoin. I'll have a hell of a lot more than that, right? Just think, if you got 100 Bitcoin, when this thing reaches $1 million in 2000, at the end of 2022, think about how much you're going to be worth, right? You're going to be worth a lot of money. 1/10 of a billion. You'll be a multi-millionaire. Just keep on acquiring your Bitcoin, doing what you do. That's all you got to do. Don't listen to the FUD. Just hodl your Bitcoin. All right. Take your savings. Take everything that you got out of it. So if you just say whatever Bitcoin you got now, if you lose it, it goes to zero, you're fine with that. You know, because you've already made money. So as price of Bitcoin goes up, here's what I would recommend you do. This is a personal recommendation, right? This is financial advice. All right. What I'm saying is, when Bitcoin goes up and up and up, take your seed money out. Whatever you invested into Bitcoin. You know, once it goes to $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, which it will, in my opinion, in the next 3 to 4, 5 months, right, or before the end of the year, take your seed money out. So you got nothing left in Bitcoin, in the sense of fiat. You've already pulled all your fiat out. So whatever Bitcoin you got left, whether Bitcoin tanks or whether it goes to the moon, right, you're not going to lose. Either way, you're still going to win because you got nothing invested in it. You've already taken your fiat out of it, right? And then you're good, man. You know what I mean? That's my financial advice. You're good. You got nothing. It's just all house money, right? House money, Bitcoin. That's what I like to. That's what we were talking about. House money, Bitcoin. So let's just go to the comments. Look, I'm not personally investing in any ICOs unless they're really, really, really good. All right, that's just me personally. This is not the best time to do. This is not the best time to do an ICO. Definitely not. No. If I was running, I mean, I'm not running an ICO, but this crypto winter would not be the best time to do an ICO. But then again, you got to look at the ICO. When does this finish? You know, look at the dates. Let's see. Yeah, this could take. Yeah, sometimes these ICOs run for 2 or 3 months. So, you know, we don't know when they start off the pre-sale and then they could finish. Yeah, I'm not sure, but some ICOs could finish April, May, June, which is fine because it's going to be already past. So this one here finished. The main sale finished the 26th of April, which is another month away. I'd say by the time we reach 26th of April, I'd say we'd be on our way out, or the Bitcoin will be, you know, on its way up. We're on our way out of crypto winter. You know, Bitcoin starts to get $13,000, $14,000 again. It should by the 26th of April, which is another month. You know, it's starting to creep up there, $14,000, and then it's on the way up. That's when this ICO will finish. So, you know, maybe that's the way they planned it, but you're definitely not the best time to do ICOs is in crypto winter. Giving unsold tokens to investors, I might creep over there. Yeah, I think this one here. Like I said, there isn't a bounty program. I think there's a bounty program, but I'm not shilling this. I'm just saying I think this is a good ICO. I haven't invested in it yet. I mean, I'm not even giving you a link. I'm just telling you about it. So, and I'm not getting paid for this shit. So this is just my opinion, you know. This is nothing to do with anything. I'm just trying to find out what will happen to the tokens. I think they get burnt. I think they might get burnt. Yeah. What happens to the unsold tokens? Unsold tokens will be burned at the end of the ICO, so that's good. If this is like doesn't get much exposure, it's gonna be a good deal because you're gonna get your tokens cheap. So yeah, this one here, the way to play this is if you get in the pre-sale, you're gonna get the tokens cheaper. All right, but then you're also taking the gamble. You know, could you know, if it doesn't sell out, then you know, your token's going to be worth, you know, a lot more, because of the volume, right? Because the supply is going to be, let's just say this only raised 50%. That means they'll burn 44 million tokens, which is good, because then that means that only 60 million tokens in total, because there's 88 take away 104, 20 million tokens for the advisory team and other stuff. So if it only raises 50% in the ICO, they'll burn 44 million. There'll only be 60 million left, which is really good for 50 cents. Right? That's a good deal. So you just have to see how this one plays out. And again, you know, I'm not invested in this. I'm just saying, I'm just bringing this to your attention. This is not financial advice. Do your DD. And if you lose on this, don't come back and see me, because I told you to do your DD. All right. Cash bet ICO. I don't really like cash bet type of deals. I'm just not a fan of them. I'm assuming that's some type of gambling. I'm not a fan of gambling ICOs. I'm not a fan of social network ICOs. I'm not a fan of poker ICOs. I'm not a fan of did I say social network ICOs? I don't like these gaming ICOs. I mean, I did like a couple, but they just have, apart from Engine Coin, the rest of them are just failures. They're all just failing. So I don't like them. I don't like these type of ICOs. I like mining ICOs because, you know, Gigawatt came through. This could be another one that could come through, because mining ICOs are real ICOs. You know what I mean? They're real. They're buying equipment, real equipment. You know what I mean? It's not just bullshit on a white paper. These guys have already built a facility. You know what I mean? That's something to think about anyway. Thanks everyone for tuning in today. Appreciate that. Let's just go to Facebook and close this out. Yeah, so personally, I'm not really doing a lot of ICOs at the moment. I at the moment, I'd just like to see a lot more quality. Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm doing. Hey Gary, hey Wilson, hey Mark, Andrew, Maria, Tony, hey Laurie, hey Michael from Kenya, hey Rita, Steve, Brad, Dave, Ralph, Deepak, Jason, and hey Sid, hey Samuel, Scott, how you guys going? So with that said, guys, it's all good. Don't sweat it. It's gonna be just keep watching. A good source of information is go to Twitter. All right, Twitter's good because it's got a lot of information there. Experts are posting stuff all the time on where they see Bitcoin. There's a lot of FUD there as well, but you know, you can get all this information. The more information that you know, the better off you're going to be. But don't come to me and say, you know, hey, what do you think about, you know, do you think Bitcoin? I mean, that's the reason why I do my live streams, right? So then I can give you my views on it. I'm just going to redirect you to my live streams. I mean, I do these live streams that take an hour to do. Sometimes these live streams go for an hour. Obviously, you're not going to sit there and watch the whole thing. But then, you know, you say, well, what do you think about... I said, watch my freaking live streams, dude. You know, that's why I do them. Yeah, so that's what it is, guys. I'm very excited about the future, actually. I'm very excited about the future. And like anything, like I say, like anything that I've ever done ever online, all right? You take the good with the bad, right? That's just how it is. If you're not prepared to take the good with the bad, then go back to what you're doing before, because you don't deserve to take the profits when you don't deserve to take the profits when the profits are there, because you're just there for a quick buck. And you know, just take the good with the bad with everything you do, right? And at the end of the day, as long as you win more than you lose, then you're ahead. But you're gonna take losses. That's just part of the game. You just gotta learn how to play the game better. Don't bitch and moan, right? You're gonna take losses along the way. That's life. But don't bitch and moan. That's what I'm saying. As long as you make more money than you lose, then you're ahead. Go do what you want to do with your life. You know what I mean? Go knock yourself out. Go buy a Lambo. Go buy a mansion on the beach. Do whatever. Spend your money how you want to spend it. You made the money. You lost a whole bunch of money, but you made way more back. And you learned through this whole process. Built some character. You made some friends. Your life is happy. You don't have a job. Guys, wake up. What more do you want in life? Right? What more do you want in life? This is it. Be happy. Go make some money. Why fight? Catch you guys later.